Charles Barkley might have the most famous bad swing in the history of golf. For years, that hitch, that freeze mid-downswing, made highlight reels for all the wrong reasons. Then Justin Thomas worked with him, and something actually changed. But here's the part worth paying attention to. The fix JT shared isn't just for NBA legends with broken swings. It's the same mistake quietly destroying distance and consistency for millions of weekend golfers. And you can start fixing it today. Here's the thing about grip tension: nobody talks about it as the root cause. Most golfers chase their slice with alignment sticks, video their backswing, obsess over hip rotation. And some of those things do matter. But if you've ever hit a beautiful shot on the range and then shanked the exact same swing on the first tee, grip pressure is almost certainly part of what changed. Under pressure, your hands tighten. It's automatic. It's human. And it wrecks your swing. When you grip too hard, most amateurs swing at a grip pressure of 7 or 8 out of 10, sometimes higher. Your forearm muscles lock up. Your wrists lose their natural hinge. And at the top of your backswing, instead of a smooth transition, you get a pause, a hitch, a freeze. Maybe not as dramatic as Barkley's legendary yip, but the same family of problem. The result is an over-the-top move. Your arms and shoulders fire before your lower body. The club comes across the ball, hello, weak slice. Or you flip at impact trying to square the face, hello, fat shot and a very long walk to go find it. The fix is simpler than any drill you've tried. But first, you need to understand what you're actually fighting. Let's name the fault clearly. You're gripping the club like you're trying to choke it out. That's not an insult, it's the default human response to uncertainty. You want control, so you squeeze. But in golf, squeezing the grip kills the very thing you're trying to control. Here's the biomechanical reason. Your forearms have two muscle groups working against each other, the flexors that close your hand and the extensors that open it. When you grip at an 8 or 9, both groups are essentially fighting. The arm gets rigid. The natural lag you see in every good player's downswing, that beautiful delayed release, gets compressed out. You lose the whip. You lose speed, you lose accuracy. Justin Thomas has one of the most efficient swings on tour. Compact, perfectly sequenced, loads of lag. If he spent time with Barkley's swing, and the results apparently showed it, the conversation almost certainly started with the hands. It almost always does. Here's your 3-step fix. Step 1, grip at a 4. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being barely holding the club, 10 being maximum squeeze, you want to live at a 4. Not 5, 4, it should feel almost uncomfortably light. Hold the club like you're holding a small bird, firm enough it doesn't fly away, gentle enough you don't hurt it. That cue sounds corny. Sam Snead used it. Rory McIlroy has referenced it. It's corny because it works. Step 2, keep that pressure consistent all the way through. Most golfers start at a 4 but climb to a 9 at the top of the backswing. They feel the club floating and panic. That's the Barkley hitch in miniature form. The moment of uncertainty triggers a squeeze, the arms fire first and the sequence breaks down. But here's what they missed. The floating feeling is correct. Let the club float at the top. Let the weight of the club head settle naturally. If that feels scary, you're on the right track. You're rewiring a deeply grooved reflex. Trust the club to stay in your hands. It will. Step 3, feel the lag, not the hit. When your grip pressure stays light, something surprising happens on the downswing. You actually feel the weight of the club head pulling against your hands. That pulling sensation is lag. That's stored energy. Your job is to let it release at the bottom of the arc, not 2 feet before it. Light hands make it possible to wait for it. Tight hands eliminate the lag before it can happen. The drill, slow motion lag rehearsals. Grab a 7-iron, take your lightest possible grip, a 3 out of 10. Make 20 slow motion swings at about 30% speed. Your only thought is feel the weight of the club head. You're not trying to hit it far, you're not even trying to hit it straight. You're teaching your nervous system to accept the sensation of a relaxed grip under motion. After 20 slow swings, step up to 60% speed and a grip of 4. Hit 5 real shots. Most golfers see the result immediately. The ball comes off cleaner. The miss is smaller, a slight pull instead of a 40-yard slice. You didn't fix your backswing. You didn't overhaul your hip turn. You just relaxed your hands, and the swing self-organized around that one change. Now, 2 things people get wrong when they try this. Mistake 1, going so light you lose control at the top. A 2 or 3 is too little. The club can actually shift in your hands and the face rotates. A 4 is the floor. If you're losing the club, bump to a 5 and work your way down over 2 or 3 sessions. Mistake 2, death gripping the moment you step onto the course. The range feels safe. The course has consequences. Your hands will want to tighten on the first tee on a par 3 over water on any shot that matters. That's exactly when you have to catch it and consciously soften. 1 breath. Reset to 4. Then swing. Here's a simple on-course trigger. Before every shot, take your grip, open both hands once, and re-grip lightly. That physical reset breaks the automatic squeeze before it starts. Watch slow-motion footage of tour pros in pre-shot routines and you'll start noticing versions of this. A deliberate softening before takeaway. One more thing, this applies to putting too. If your short putts are breaking down at impact, check your grip pressure first. You want a 3 on putts. Hands so soft the stroke becomes a pendulum instead of a controlled push. It's the same root fault, just a shorter club. Let's bring it back to Barkley for a second. He's worked with every coach on the planet. Gadgets, celebrity pro-ams, lessons on national television. And when a 20-year tour veteran sat with him, something moved. That's not magic. That's what happens when you fix a fundamental instead of papering over it. Here are your 3 takeaways. 1. Grip pressure is the hidden fault breaking your swing sequence. Most weekend golfers hold at a 7 or 8. You should be at a 4. 2. The hitch in Barkley's swing, and probably in yours, comes from tightening in the transition. Let the club float at the top. Trust it. 3. Fix this before you fix anything else. Swing path, hip rotation, alignment, they'll all clean up naturally once your arms are loose enough to let the sequence happen. Give yourself 2 weeks of consistent practice with the slow motion drill, and you'll feel it on the scorecard. Not necessarily 20 yards longer, tighter misses. More greens in regulation. The kind of improvement that actually moves your handicap. If you want something that reinforces this at home between range sessions, the Orange Whip Swing Trainer is what I'd point you toward. It's weighted and flexible by design. You genuinely cannot swing it correctly with a tight grip. The physics force you into the relaxed tempo you're training. I've linked it in the description, https://www. Amazon.com/DP/B001D2iBuy. Tag equals CMS 200 2600-20 No Tour Pro budget required. New tip every week here. Next one covers why your downswing is starting from the wrong place and the one hip cue that fixes it faster than you'd expect. Save this video now so you've got the drill handy when you head to the range. What's your miss, slice, or hook? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone.